YouTube live streaming is a joke. It really is. Hey, that's better. Okay, now, do we have audio? Okay, now, do we have audio? Yes, we do. Excellent. Come on, bud. Is the audio in sync? Come on, bud. Is the audio in sync? I think so. We have liftoff. Great. Wonderful. Finally have some joy with this. All right. Welcome everyone. Okay, so now what we're going to do is right. All right, so we're live. Good. Welcome everyone, just making sure that a few of the finer points are coming through. Welcome to the stream today. Now we've come down here and the conditions are quite muddy, right? So what we'll do is we'll persist. You know, sometimes you can only go fishing when you go fishing. So that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, now, what we're doing here is we're putting out the rear outriggers. Right, these are the standard fittings from Kayaks to Fish. Okay, great. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to come out to the front of the kayak here. Okay, and what we're going to do is here, I'm just going to show you how to put the front outriggers on. Now this is not a Kayaks to Fish modification. This is a modification that I came up with, right? So I'll just show you how this works. So what I did is when I first got the kayak, I had a bit of a look at it and I thought to myself, well, you know, we'll be able to do a little modification on here. Now I'm a fairly big guy, so you know I want to make sure that everything's stable for me for obvious reasons. Just going to put this down at the back, okay, and in here like so. Great. So what we're going to do is we are going to put another round tubing there of the marine grade aluminium, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these outriggers on the front. We want to start doing some offshore work in the kayak, and that's why we've gotten the extra outriggers on the front, just for a bit of extra stability, you know. So what we'll do is let's just get this one in. And we'll get the other one on here. Right. Like so. We'll get this on here now. Lovely. Okay, so let's just get this sorted in here. Back when we got the kayak, okay. Ease up, Vic, all right? You and me both. Well, how come we haven't put it on the Facebook page, Vic? Go on, what are you doing, mate? Put it on all the Facebook pages and get everyone in here, son. Rightio. So, what I did, okay, is being raised on a farm, you learn to figure things out. So this is a modification that I've done, not kayaks to fish, because I think poor Vic lost a bit of hair when he heard about the idea. But anyway, what I did, okay, these are the threaded bolts that come with the kayak when you and you obviously get to put that into the hull through these studs here. See, they're already keyed into the hull. So what happened was, because we had this track here, I just said to myself, well, there's nothing stopping me manufacturing mounts, putting them in here. Okay, so what I did with a bit of ingenuity, I got some M6 stainless steel bolts from Bunnings. I got the nylock nuts, and I managed to get the mounts off the base of some of the it was a special mount. Was it from the Railblazer? I don't know, from some kayak fitting and that sort of stuff, right? Little bit of Loctite, and basically what we do is, it's quite simple. These are the width of the track, okay, here. So what you do is you just put that in through the track there, and what will happen is the track will hold that in a true position, okay. And then, and then what we're going to do is here, right, we'll bring that in through the other track there. So what'll happen is, when we line this up, we just want this to go in here, right, and we want this to go in here like so. And then what'll happen is, voila. Okay, now what we'll do is, because they can move, we'll just move them across. We'll get this one in first, so it sort of keys it in, right, and we get the true position of it there. Okay, like so. And then what we'll do is, we'll get over to this side, right, and we'll key this into this one, right, making sure that we obviously, you know, like so. Now before we do that, now that we've got everything keyed in, we'll just get the nylock nuts in there, like so. Right, get the little Husqvarna brush cutter tool here. I knew it was useful for something. Right, like that. And then get this one down here, like so. Voila. And what we have is, we have outriggers at the front of the kayak. So what this does, this just takes the stability of the kayak to another level. Okay, that's keyed into the track there. Now all we need to do here is just put in the pedals, put in the seat, set up the echo sounder, and we're away. So as you can see, if I go back here like so, what we've got here is a fantastic setup, right? You've got the outriggers on the left there, and as you can see, they're in line with each other. So what I did is when I did these, right, I made sure that I put a drawstring through that point, and then what I did is when I measured these out from here, I made sure that these were in line. Last thing you need is for your outriggers to be out of sync, okay? And then in here, this is the other one as well, see? Okay, so basically, even though it doesn't look it, right, this one's in line as well. Alrighty, so away we go. That means everything tracks straight, everything works out well, and as well as that, when you're doing distance on a kayak, obviously any slight advantage like that works in your favour. Now this is the next gen 11.5. I've had a lot of kayaks over the years. I've used a lot of kayaks over the years, and this hands down is one of the most stable and one of the best fishing vessels that I've ever used. Okay, obviously I've got a little bit of a modification here. This is the bimini that I made so that I could fit the Starlink dish on here so that we could live stream. So as you can see up the top, okay, that's the Starlink dish. This here is a little bin that's from Bunnings, one of those small rubbish bins. And basically, I've got the nerve center in here. That is a secret, okay? So yeah, basically what we've got now is the Starlink facing the sky, which is the general direction that you need it to face, right? And we are ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up the echo sounder and a few things, right? Now, a few features of the kayaks to fish kayak, okay? One of the main things is this is one of the driest decks that I've ever seen, okay? Now with me, I did a few modifications myself, right? And those modifications have been done just as a little bit of insurance. So when we go out in the ocean, you only need about 50 centimetres to a metre of chop on top of the swell to go over the kayak. So that's why I've sealed everything with marine grade silicone, okay? And further to that, everything's ready to go. I did seal around the box where the pedals go, okay? And that's made a difference as well. Alrighty, and the system's very easy to use, very good to use. With this too, these actually act like shock absorbers. I didn't even realise it. So they'll go up and down with waves and that sort of stuff, as you can see. And a lot of people that have been in the streams seem to think that, you know, we're in a boat, which is a really big compliment, as I can assure you we're not. Right, now, let's just get this in here. Put that in there. Right, let's just get that in there. And then what we have that in there, lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unplug this, take this to here, and let's just see the view that we're going to get out of here, okay? Bearing in mind that we have everything on there. That's great. Now, let's flip that. Sorry for the poor picture. Right, that's better. Now this is going to be our field of vision for the live stream today. That is going to be basically what I'm going to see. Right, now, brilliant. So, when we stream, I'm the least important person in the stream. The most important people in the stream are the community, so you don't need to see my ugly mug. Right, where we are with the camera, okay, that is quite a good angle. I might even be able to just bring it down a tad, like that. Great, that's a really good angle. So what you'll be able to see is you'll be able to see us fishing, you'll be able to see us manoeuvring the kayak, okay? And that's basically what you want to see. Phil H. Yeah, it is, Phil. Unfortunately, they had about 3 inches of rain out here. See how the water's quite silty and muddy? Don't be put off by that though. You can only go fishing when you go fishing. So if you've got waterways that are muddy and all that sort of stuff, you'll usually find that the fish are a lot deeper, and also where you've got reeds and grasses sticking out of a waterway, they act like filters for that sort of thing. So it just makes life easier, you know? All right. So is everybody happy with the quality of that picture? Everybody's happy with the audio? If everybody's happy, I will progress with the stream. Let me just grab some tape. Right, I just need to get a little battery pack up in here to keep the phone going. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple of laps of the dam, okay? And then when we do a couple of laps of the dam, what we will do is we will start doing some fishing. Now what I'm doing today, right, is lure challenge. Yes, that's right. I've brought one lure with me, okay, and that lure is the one that we're going to be casting with and fishing with. What I have done though is I have brought another rod, and with that other rod what we will do is we will have a lure trolling behind us. Now when you're trolling, okay, what you've got to do, audio and picture good, excellent. Phil, glad to see you, mate. Hopefully we're still talking after Sunday, you know. But so what I've done is I've got one lure on here, right? This is the one lure that I'm going to be casting with all day. Now with this lure, this is the lure that's caught 35 perch in the last couple of trips. All right, it's had the eyes smashed off it. It's had most of the work smashed off it. Okay, that'll be available from the online store. We're going to be trolling, okay, with a lure. Now, where we'll be trolling, okay, because we've got discoloured water today, what we need to do is we need to use a lure that's fairly bright. Don't even really worry about what type of lure, we just need to use one that's bright, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to put this little one on. Now this is actually a carp colour, but because of the conditions that we're facing today, when we go and fish around the reeds in the shallows there, what we'll be doing is, these are one of these little jointed lures that you see retailing for about 40 bucks, right? So that's just going to wiggle in the shallows, and fish are going to see that and hopefully try and bite it, as that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to instigate a predatory response from our fish. Now, what I was going to do, right, is I was going to, you know, have a, I was going to put the echo sounder and everything in here today, but I think the best thing to do is just go cold turkey. Okay, let's not muck around here. All right, we'll just go cold turkey, no sounder. We'll do it how they did it in the old days. In the old days, they survived without sounders quite easily. I don't see why I shouldn't. Oh, no, I can't use that one. All right, let's chuck that there. Bugger. I'll have to sort that out in a minute. Thanks to the 9 people that are in here. Now, what we might do is, these Railblazer mounts, Okay, these are made in New Zealand. These are the best kayak fittings I've ever used. I can remember back to the old days how outdated the old stuff is. But with Railblazer, all of the items that you see today, from the Echo Sounder to the mounts to the extensions, the whole lot are available from Kayaks to Fish. Okay, I will put their link down on the VOD, right, and hopefully we can get some fish today. Now, let's just chuck that in here. The dam has come up about a metre. Where we were fishing the other day, right, we were actually another 30 feet closer to the water over there. This has come up about 1.5 meters since we were here last. This is how easy these Railblazer mounts are to use. You put the Railblazer mount in here, okay, put that in there, right, lock that in, and you can pick the kayak up with it, okay? Right, now. That's better. Right. All good. That's fantastic. It's nice to have a win for a change. Okay, so as I said, we're going to go cold turkey. We won't bother using the Echo Sounder. I've got a few more lure samples that have been sent to me over here. We'll chuck them. No, I don't need that for. Actually, these might go okay today, but they're vibe lures. They'll be a bit heavy for these sorts of conditions. Right, what we might do is let's get the other rod mount on there. We'll whack on the chair and the pedals, and away we go. Kayaking is one of the best ways to keep fit, people. It's just so much fun, and unlike boating and that sort of stuff, right, when you fish out of a kayak, you're in a far more, what's the best way to describe it? You're a lot closer to the water, you do a lot more work for your fish, and the good thing about kayaks is that you can get into places that you can't normally get into with a boat, which is fact. Okay, so and what we might do too today is let's have a little bit of a muck around. What we'll do is I'm going to bring in a big 6-inch barrel lure. Right, now people are going to say, "You are crazy, man." Doesn't matter what they say, because if you want to catch really big fish, you need really big lures, right? And I've caught more of my big perch on 6-inch barrel lures than on anything else. So, without further ado, right, so let's have a bit of fun today, people. Right, what we're going to do is this. We're going to be using a little Bomber 6-inch barrel lure. That's going to have a nice enticing wiggle. As you can hear, it's got the sonic rattle in it, so that might be the first one that we put out, because in these sorts of conditions, right, when you've got this sort of situation with your weather and all the rest of it, you need to make sure, okay, that you've got something that's worth hitting, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. That's how easy these rod holders are to use, people. Let's literally clip them in, and away you go. Actually, what I might do is I might put the heavy duty one on just in case we get a snag. Right, like this. And like I said, these Railblazer mounts are made in New Zealand. Now, with the conditions and the muddiness of the water, I don't think we're really going to get much today, but I have been shocked before. You know what I mean? Don't take my word for anything. There's no rules with fishing. One thing I do know if you've got a line in the water, right, you got a chance of getting a fish. More so than if you haven't got a line in the water, you know. So there we go. Like that. Okay. So we kitted up. Let's do it. Now, that's going to be that one for there. This is going to be this one for here. All right. And we'll just grab the seat and the pedals. And away we go. So as you can see, that's a fairly professional setup. All right. How you going? How you going, mate? Right. Hang on, let me just turn this off for a second. Now, let's just chuck this in here. Hey, you know that log that fell over? I bought a chainsaw. You need someone to cut it or what? Which log? That one, big one up there.
No, that's cheeks. Don't touch
it. Don't touch it.
There's a Jarrah there that is...
Oh, that's all right.
He's in Perth working at the moment. Or
okay. Rightio. So, then we put this in here.
I couldn't get used to a round handle.
Yeah.
But this
hey?
This football over one, I like it.
Oh, yep. No, I just got to get them down. That's right. No, it's just got to, they go out flat.
Do they go out flat?
Yeah, so what happens is, with these, that's the flat position, they go out, and then when you want them to go down, you bring them together. So all that happens is now I've got the outriggers on, I've got the seat on. I'm just going to put that big lure.
You got first, second, third.
Yeah, this is the low range here down.
You end up going to Chippen Channel or
no? No. That's where that swell was 2.1 metres. And I know I got my own airbags, but not that many, you know. Yeah, it's called the overflow.
You know, I'll be tempted if I was.
Yeah, where it's filtered the water through the reeds.
I'll go there and just give it a go.
That's why I'm going to put that little orange lure that looks like a little carp on it.
Where are these little pontoons from?
Well, you get them from Kayaks to fish dom. So when it comes with it, it's got the ones at the back. But this is an extra set that I bought. And what I did is I manufactured the mounts and just looked at it. I can put outriggers on the front, which is what I did. But I didn't realise it hadn't been done before. It's just that when you're my size, and you go out in the ocean, you want as much stability as possible, you know. You don't want to, because if I fell out of a boat with everyone else, I'd be the first one that'd get eaten, you know. Really? Yeah, for sure, mate. Especially if everyone else on the boat is slim, you know what I mean? So
that just sits in there.
Yeah, so I've just got to get the mounts out of the bag. I'll get the mounts out of the bag and put them at the back there. But I just want to make sure that I get this battery pack on. And then that way...
You want to give this one a go, Kayak?
Eh?
You want to give this one
I brought one lure today, Dom. That's the one lure I brought today. Because I fish the right way, all right? Some of us are a bit more advanced. Rightio.
That's a smart lure.
Yeah, they are, mate. Those ones are about $40 each.
That is so smart.
Just hold the handle and wind the rod. Yeah. Beautiful.
Don't get a snag.
All right, so we got battery power on there. Oh, Dom knows how to use soft plastics, doesn't he? Look at that action. Hey? No, he does, mate. That's good. It's all in the tip, Dom. All right, hang on. There's the mounts there. One, you can come in here, and two. Great. You snagged? Hang on.
No, don't snap it, Jim.
No, that's all right.
No,
hold that. I'll go out in the kayak and get it. It's all right, no dramas. It's a good thing about kayaks, you can just go over the back of everything. Right. So, there's too much silt in the water, Ray. I don't reckon I'll be lucky to get a fish, you reckon or not?
I don't know. I personally reckon where the reeds are.
Yep.
Not too bad there, but Jim, over by where like the overflow is.
Yeah.
I reckon there is where you get it, I reckon.
Yeah, because I think most of it's coming in off the road there with the silt and that. Rightio, so let's just get this on here. The only problem is every time I go in the kayak, Dom, they start screaming out Donkey Kong, you know. Rightio. Let's go. Okay, that's in there.
What size raid is this?
Hey?
What size raid?
10 pound. It's like cotton that you're so close with. Okay, in there. Check that. Rightio. That's not a bad picture, is it? That's like something off the telly, isn't it? Look. That's for a picture.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, that, isn't it?
Rightio. Yes, she is, mate. I've got to go back over and do the roses after this, so.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be here till about probably 3 o'clock, then shoot off. All right, so I've got the landing net. Hey? Don't know, mate. I thought I'd just, tempt fate and do the Bear Grylls, Oh, no, I'll just go over the back end of that.
You come here the other day, the water was
Down, wasn't it?
You reckon it's about, well, it is.
It was past there.
I was fishing off that little point there.
Yep.
I reckon it's come up about 1 metre, 2 metres.
Would have done easy, mate. When was the last time you saw water over the road like that?
Last year.
Oh, okay. Was it more or less, or?
No, last year was about the same, but last year we had a lot of late rain.
Oh, okay.
This rain that we had the other day, we had 77 mil.
Pooh.
That's what we had, mate. That's I reckon, mate.
Do you reckon the spring's far away though?
Look, I reckon we're going early spring. The stonefruit started flowering.
Oh really?
Yeah, I reckon early spring.
Phew.
I reckon it's going to get hot and it's going to get hot fast.
Righto. Okay.
That's my prediction anyway.
And I just put a loop on this and take it out. All I'm going to do is just troll this big bugger out the back while we're going out. And then that way... Oh, this is a 6-inch barrel lure. This is where I got most of my big perch on, especially down on the Warren. Usually the jointed ones work a bit better, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like it's starting to clear up though, doesn't it?
Yeah. I reckon it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. I reckon, I said to Rick most of the fish, I don't know, you probably get a few up here, Jim. Probably where they're down. But I think you get most of them down that bottom corner.
Yep.
Down that bottom corner, because I think that's where the food, most of the bulk of the food is.
Yeah, I think it would have got washed up.
Cap off.
Huh?
Don't lose that cap, or is that bolted off?
No, that's the antenna mount.
Oh, right.
So that's when I use the other booster and that sort of stuff.
You had to get this license to go in the water.
Certainly did, mate. And then after I got it licensed, you can't get it insured.
Look it over again.
I went through all that trouble to get a vehicle HIN number and all the rest of it. Right. Yeah, I couldn't get it insured because it wasn't a boat. I said, but hang on a minute, I got a hull identification number. Right, and okay, that's layered, good. And I got a hull identification number and all that sort of stuff. And they went, yeah, you can't insure it, it's not a boat. I said, well, why'd you make me go through all the rigmarole? And I said, I don't know. Oh, it's ridiculous, mate. Someone sitting in an office in the aircon, making all the rules. All right, we're about to get going. Let's have a look. Great. Awesome. All right. Oh, not in a minute. I'll take them off in a second. Right, that can go in there. Beautiful. Still get it through the sticks. Mind you, if I tried that with the left leg, oh, I hit the post again. I got it. If I do that with my left leg, I'll just snap it. All right, hang on, Dom. I'll just shift this out. And then... All right. Okay. Oh, it is, mate. Yeah, because normally they just... Yeah, relax, mate. That's what they're for, mate. They're there to be lost. So see this here, right at the back here, we've got a little rudder. So that lets the rudder go there, and then
You can steer it.
and pedal. You don't need the actual paddles. So yeah, but anyway, oh, don't get excited. Steady down. Right. Thanks, mate. I'll... Rightio. Hey? Yeah, should be able to do okay with that now. Hey? Yeah, no, it's on the floor of the yak, mate. Thanks, mate. You want a paddle or what? Oh yeah, most of them are mine, Dom. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. I think Ray's dead right down near that left side, but I'm going to do a lap around and just see how it goes. All right, yeah, no worries. I'll see you later on. All right, people, let's get on with it. Okay. All right, so what happens is with the kayaks to fish rudder, right? What you do, what do I want then? What you do, okay, so with the rudder system, what I can really, all I need to do is just pedal, okay? So what I'm doing here is I'm just pedaling, all right? And I'm tracking straight, which is what you need to do, okay, on here. Now, if anybody's got any questions, please ask. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to have a little cast in here, right, and see what's happening. I think we'd be very hard pressed to actually catch a fish in this section because there's a fair bit of silty water. But stranger things have happened, you know. Like I said, there's no rules. I think most of the fish will be in the shallows around the reeds, okay? And that way we'll be able to figure it all out from there. So what we'll do is, whenever you're in a kayak, right, and you're moving, always try and make sure that you've got a lure out the back trolling, right? So put the foam there. What I've done here, as you can see with my feet pedaling, I'm turning the kayak with the rudder. Now you've got to get your rudder even, okay? So when you get your rudder even, which means it's, you know, off center, and I've got this Bomber 6-inch gold lure. We're just going to put we should probably do it like this, I think. And what will happen is, as we move along, that big lure's going to vibrate, okay? And then hopefully a fish bites it. Now what I'm going to do here, right, is I'm going to put that lure along the shallows there on my right hand side, okay? And as you can see, if I do a right hand turn, okay, right, so let's just carry on here. Right, now normally we get a lot of fish in this section of the dam, right, but as I said to you, okay, as I said to you, we've got a lot of silty water in here. So what we'll do, right, is we'll just turn in here, right, like so. Good. Now what we've got is we've got this other dam from the neighbour's property here, right. Thanks to the 8 people that have tuned in to watch. So rod at the ready. Now this section here is quite aerated, so let's see if there's anything here. Want to drag? Huh? Yeah, to the bank. Yeah. Rightio. Okay. Well, that required a lot of effort, didn't it? Rightio. So what we're going to do now is, as I said, we've turned the lure around. Okay. Now we're heading along the left there. I don't think there'll be any fish in this section of the dam, purely because of all the silt and muddy water that's come down. What they'll do is they'll head to the shallows, where there's a bit of filtration from the reeds that you can see off in the distance there. So let's see if this proves us wrong. All right. That's the bull with the old mating call there. Right, well, that lure's just sitting behind the kayak. Got a nice action there. Okay, now this kayak is quite effortless to pedal. We've got the Mirage drive system here. Okay, so once you figure out your rhythm, okay, it works out quite well. All right, so welcome everyone, and look, if you're new to the stream, please don't be afraid of streams on YouTube this year. We're going to be making a really big push on YouTube. Okay, so just wanted to test the platform out today and just see how we went. The picture quality on YouTube is fantastic. Nothing short of brilliant. It's all television grade, you know. So, all right. So let's head down. We're just going to work our way to the deeper section of the river. To hook a fish today, you're going to have to put the lure right in front of its nose. They're not going to really want to put in much effort today. You know what I mean? Very tough conditions, but we're out here, we're having a go, and that's the main thing, okay? So as you can see, what I've got here is I've got this first rod at the front. That's just gently pulsating. I don't know whether you can see the rod tip, but the rod tip is just pulsating there as the bomber lure is working. Right, so let's just go and see what else is happening. Okay. We have got a lot of content planned this year, people, so all good. As you can see, the kayak's just moving along beautifully. Okay, we're fairly high in the water too, actually, which is pretty good. So, good thing about this, because it sits so high in the water, you're not displacing that much water when you sort of come out here. Okay, and what that does is that allows us to just basically cruise along quite stealthily, I must say. Right, and like I said, with a kayak, you can get into places that you can't get into normally, you know. Yeah, wow, this is pretty muddy in here, isn't it? What we're going to do is just cruise down to the deepest part of the dam. This is where the intake is. So that lure is just going to sit on the surface. If you're going to troll, just use a surface lure. Don't use a sinking lure because you might lose it. Okay. And as you can see, this is quite a nice section of the dam. Very deep section of the dam. Now here, it's a little bit clearer, which is interesting. So let's all have a look. Let's see if anything hits it. Now, have you got enough of the picture, everyone, or it's all good? Okay, sorry about that. We lost reception there for a little bit. Yeah, here it looks like it's getting a little bit clearer. Okay. What we're going to do, we're just going to head in behind these reeds and hope that the reeds have filtered a bit of silt out from behind this water. Right. I just don't want to get caught in the overflow, if you know what I mean. So let's see what's happening through here, eh? All right, that's the overflow to the right there. Now, as you can see, we've got these reeds on the left-hand side, right? So what we'll do is we'll see if there's anything that's caught in here. So we'll just come in on this shallower side, but like I said, there's not normally this much water in the dam this time of year. So I haven't seen any dead fish or anything like that. So let's just double check the audio's working. So that's good. All right, nicely done. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to troll through here. Right, I've got this big lure on. It's only designed for big fish. Right, nice, that's working good. So let's have a little bit of a, I'm going to do the old-fashioned method. How deep is it here? Oh, that's deep. Right, we're going to be able to get around here with the yak, no worries. Okay, so let's just have a look. Might have to bring out a few of the frog patterns, as you can hear them everywhere. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, a little bit of weed there, we'll have to start retrieving sooner. That's a really good position for the camera where we've got it. Now, let's just go in here and see if there's, oh no, we can't go there. Now that's interesting. I could have sworn I had a hit then. Okay. Rightio. So let's move around. So as you can see with this kayaks to fish kayak, very stable. The outriggers at the front give it a whole new dimension, especially if you're going to start to go out into salt water and that sort of stuff, right? What we're going to do is just work our way through these reeds. Right, so the outriggers just go straight over the top of the reeds, no problems whatsoever. I'm actually going to bring this other one in because I think it's snagged in the reeds. Yes, it is. Come on, bud. When you get big fish in a kayak, right, what you do is you'll always go to the fish, but we haven't got big fish in the kayak. All we've got is just, you know, a little bit of a snag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to manoeuvre my way out of here, right, like this, like so. This is the one time where you can use the paddle when you need to steer, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line everything up like so, and then where are we? Right, we're stuck in there, great. So with this too, what I can do now, right, is I can just work my way back through here, right, use the rudder system on this next gen, okay. Like so. Here we are, great. So, oh, it's on the other side. Bit of a bad guess by me there. And as you can see, we can go right into some places that you wouldn't be able to go in with a boat, you know. And the outriggers just end up over the top of the reeds like so. I mean, this looks like something out of a scene from the Everglades or something, you know, but it's not. I can assure you, we're in Australia, right? These will just go over the top of that and find their own course, just making sure, obviously, there's no snakes or anything. Oh, come on, get out of there. I've had that problem before. Hey! All right, so we got it out. Let's just chuck that in there. I should have swapped that over sooner, but I didn't. Right, so what we can do now is, come on, bud. As you can see, the outriggers didn't get fouled up by the reeds or anything. All right. We just went through everything quite easily. Okay. Now we can get a chance to straighten up. Beautiful. And what I can do, right, is I can go back the other way now. And away we go. And obviously, with your momentum, once you start pedaling and that sort of thing, it will propel you forward. You can just keep steering with your rudder and you'll always move in the direction that you steer to, you know. So in river situations and that sort of thing, when you're trying to belt along, you know, and sort of not get fouled up, as you can see with this, it does give you other options. Okay, right, let me just get this out of here. What have we got there? Great. No, get out of there. I think I'm just going to bring this straight back to land, I think. All right, so before we get dragged over by the water flow, or the overflow as it's called, let's just push through here. Okay. Kayak, and as you can see, we're getting a fairly good pace. Is just using the pedals and the rudder system. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to the shore and probably wind up the stream for today, I think, and then I might go live on another platform that's fishing, you know. Let's go in here. All right, people. So, thank you very much for tuning in. That's our first little test on YouTube. As always, when you're fishing from a remote area and you're using, you know, the Starlink, sometimes signal can be an issue, but hey, that's fishing, you know. At least we've got something that we can present.